Good morning, guys. God bless. It is a Feel Good Friday. It's Friday, January the 19th, 2024, 11 minutes after the hour. Welcome, guys, to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team with the Queen, SennyJ, and also the Queen, Miss Miko. The chat room is wide open. You can call in 570-982-6950. Broadcasting on all social media platforms. We truly appreciate you guys this morning. Please like and share the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. Please follow, like, subscribe, and do whatever you can to get this show connected to your device. We truly appreciate it. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. We appreciate each and every one of y'all on this Feel Good Friday. I'm going to switch everything around, Miss Miko. You're absolutely right. SennyJ, good morning. God bless. Good to see you. And how are you, young lady?
Good morning, Shawn. I'm doing great. Good morning to everybody listening. We have an amazing show for you today on this Feel Good Friday. We're going to get started with Senny Says, where I will let you know everything that is going on in Hollywood and entertainment news. We're also going to have Front Page News with SennyJ, where I will let you know what is happening locally, nationally, and globally. So you want to make sure you stick around for that. Morning, Miss Miko.
Hey, Senny. Hi, Mr. Harvey. Hello, listeners.
Hey, Miss Miko.
Was that shade, Shawn?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know which way to turn. I don't know. You and Cindy do that. Your choreograph is so dope. I don't know how to do that. That's why that was happening. But continue on.
It's your girl, Miss Miko. It feels good to be with you guys today. This Feel Good Friday. Let me tell y'all, the weather is crazy. So we're gonna get into a little meteorology. I'll be a meteorologist today, and I'll tell y'all what's going on with the weather. And what's going on is one word: brick. What's the weather outside, Shawn? What's the weather outside, Shawn?
It's goddamn
brick. It's cold outside, y'all. Please bundle up. In the Lehigh Valley, where we broadcast live from, is currently 25 degrees, going to a high of 29, and we are under a national weather advisory. Same thing for New York City. It's currently 25. You guys are only going to 28. You're also under a national weather advisory. So please, you guys, bundle up. Wear the gloves, wear the socks, wear the scarf, the mittens, the leg warmers, whatever you have to do. Do not have any skin exposed at all. So please bundle up, stay warm. We're also going to get into Miss Miko's tips today, and I'll have some tips for you as far as extreme weather conditions. What is it you can do to stay warm? But you don't want to go anywhere. You want to stick with us, the only place where you get your morning started right.
Exactly, Miss Miko, and well said. And thank you so much. And I tell you what, on a Feel Good Friday, welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Let's just stay right there with the weather. They predicted 2 to 4 inches here in the Lehigh Valley and all over the region, I guess. And maybe if you live north of here or east of here, maybe you might get more snow, and maybe south or west. I don't know. But what I'm saying to you right now is it's starting to snow out here again. Will we get the 2 to 4 inches? I don't know. But the way the broadcasters and the weather channels and these meteorologists that Miss Miko's talking about, the one thing they do serve a purpose with is they are relentless with letting us know every 6 minutes. Literally every 38 seconds that it's about to go down. And most of the time they get it right, and sometimes they get it wrong. It just started snowing out here. Hopefully and I hope that they're wrong today. And if they're wrong, I won't be mad at them, because there's a lot of regions that are suffering with a whole lot of snow. One of my sons live in Buffalo, and the guy's buried in Buffalo. They can't even move. And there's folks that live out here in the Poconos, which is really just north of where we're at. And actually, Cindy's closer to the Poconos than Miss Miko and myself. And those folks are up there buried in snow, or they can't move around. At least down here in the Lehigh Valley, we can move around a little bit, just a little bit, comparison to people up there in the Poconos and other areas. But I want to say this. My wife went to work today because somebody got to pay the bills. God bless her.
Gosh.
God bless her. And she ran out there, and she's careful, and I'm praying for this woman to make sure she get the work safely, just like everybody else. No question about it. And my wife's have a like Tamiko has these foreign 4x4 vehicles, and I'm not hating.
Sounds like a little bit of hate.
But my concern with these cars is it's not the people who are driving the car, it's the other people who are in their cars that slide into other cars.
Yeah.
So for all you 4x4 drivers out there that, maybe you think you're a little better than, you sort of have that iPhone mentality comparison to an Android. Stay your punk ass off the road if you can. Just because you got this 4x4, and I don't care what type of model car it is, because most of these cars have, a 4x4 version of their brand of car, right?
Right.
It's not that. You can have a 4x4 can slide into another 4x4, because let me tell you something. Snow and ice and rubber don't go together. So when you try to lock up your 4x4 and you try to navigate through the snow, but there's a patch of ice, on the streets, and I don't want anybody to be in this scenario, of course, but the rubber and the ice, it slides. You can't stop the car. How many videos have we seen on social media, SennyJ and Miss Miko, of cars sliding down hills? Because if you have a 4x4 and you're driving down a hill and there's a sheet of ice on a hill, who's winning?
Right. You're right.
And then I'm gonna use one of SennyJ's words, and I'm gonna yield my time. And then the propaganda of these commercials where they had the 4x4, people are driving on the roadside of the mountains. You don't see, it's white snow, everything's just a beautiful scenery, and the 4x4 is driving down the road, and they telling you you can lease or finance your 4x4 with no money down. But is that the reality? That is not the reality. The reality is there are other cars in the street, and you gotta be careful.
Right.
And one more thing I'm gonna say, and then I'm done. I'm laughing at the people who own Teslas, like I was laughing last week at the Cowboys losing to the Green Bay Packers.
Talk about it.
All the Teslas can't drive today. Because your punk ass charging stations and your portholes are all frozen.
Yep.
So if you ride, you're not going to see a Tesla out there for the next 4 days. And you know what? Good for your punk ass. I'm glad that you can't drive. Welcome to the future. You have nowhere to charge your punk ass car.
Yep.
Ha for you with your Tesla. And then the city of Chicago, and I'm done, Miss Miko and SennyJ, in the city of Chicago, literally hundreds of Teslas are stranded.
Well, there's nothing wrong with driving a Tesla. It's better for the environment. Do they need to work out some kinks? Yeah. But people should be encouraged to purchase electric vehicles.
Senny, what is the point in buying an electric car if you can't drive it when it's cold outside?
Well, all they need to do is put some heaters on there.
Oh, whatever.
And actually, though, people really that are driving EVs, you should really have it if you're able to have a port, because they sell the chargers with them, for you.
Do you know how long it takes to charge up one of those EV cars? They said in New York City, and I saw it on the news this morning, the lines are around the corner because you're not supposed to drive an EV car with less than 30% of power in the car. So people are trying to charge up for like the weekend or whatever, but the charging ports are frozen. So it's taking them like 8 to 12 hours to charge their car to 100%. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
And that's what your punk ass that you can't drive your little Tesla. You run around these streets with your little Tesla. By the way, who's Tesla? Wasn't that the guy that really invented electricity? A lot of people don't even know what that Tesla brand is all about. And now look at you. Now you can't charge your car. You looking crazy in these streets, and you wish you had your old school motor car. Where's your Camry at, bro? Huh? Where's your Nissan? Huh?
Mm-mm. Guys are
You
horrible.
you beg and you wish right now you could put some
Good
93
old
or
gas.
89. You have no gas and you have no place to go. All you Tesla users that have these cars, I'm glad that you can't move. What you should do now is immediately, if you can, turn that bullshit Tesla in and get you an American car. That's why I'm afraid for the state of California. They're going to mandate like 20 years from now that everybody have electric cars. Maybe it might make sense out there. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they don't have no snow out there. But here on this part of the country, if you're driving a Tesla, you are losing right now. Immediately find a clause in that contract where you could give back that loan, get out of that Tesla, and come back home to a regular gas car. I yield my time.
Mm.
The gas is what's killing the environment. So
And
maybe
that's
we should encourage EV makers and battery makers to work these under extreme temperatures. That's what needs to be done,
and
rather
Miss
than
Miko, what
nobody want to buy them.
Miss Miko, what I say to Cindy J's statement is, when the hell did black folks give a damn about the environment? It's only 5% of the world that gives a damn about the environment. The other 95% don't. Mr. Miko, when was the last time you left your house and go, man, what can I do to save that tree? It's been a minute since you, I'll answer that question for you, Miss Miko. It's been a minute since you gave a damn about the tree across the street. You just wondered long as it got watered because it rained. That was it. Nobody put a number one in the chat room if you thought
That's
about the environment in the last 6 months. I yield my time.
that's
It's
not
not
true,
just
John.
the environment.
That's
They're
not
low
true.
on, you don't have to do oil changes. You don't have to pay as much for gas. There's other things that with a regular car, it's a lot easier when you have an electric vehicle. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Tesla, whatever your politics are with that. But a lot more cars are coming out with that. And they're better and they're cheaper for you.
And Miss Miko, guess what? A lot of people, um, I think I forgot who told me this, but maybe you guys want to research it. But I think the Chinese government has stopped returning back a lot of these electric cars for these particular reasons. So put a number one in the chat room before we move on. Um, if you have an electric car, if you know someone with an electric car that can't start their car today, because I know you must be looking crazy. Now, listen, this is the only place on earth where you
Great.
get your morning started right before we move on for the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. And before we move on, I want to give a special shout out to Miss Miko and SennyJ with their colorful sweaters and hoodies on. Let's clap.
I know we didn't even try like mines.
Uh,
Whatever, Sean,
Cindy,
over there with your black on.
Cindy, what was the inspiration for that real bloody looking pink that you're wearing, young lady?
Nothing. It's what's available, and it's a little chilly in here. I need to turn up the heat, so I was like, let me put on my sweatshirt.
And Miss and Miss Miko, what was the inspiration for that warning sign color that you're wearing right now, young lady?
Same thing. I mean, it's cold outside, so I said I'm gonna cover up the neck and just be prepared for extreme conditions. It's
And
sweater weather,
Miss
right,
Miko,
Cindy? Sweater weather.
if you
Word.
walked outside with that sweater, you will literally slow down traffic. Let's clap for that.
Leave her
And
sweater
and,
alone. I love it.
and one more thing before I yield back. Let's give a super shout out to Cindy J's grandmother. They posted on social media.
Yeah, shout out to
98
Grandma.
years old.
Grandma Gwenny.
Yes, she'd be so excited.
Yes.
Yes, it was a great time. A great time was had by all, and I got her to have a shot of Hennessy with me, so my day was complete.
Oh my
She
God.
put it in like this little glass. And I was like filling it up. She's like, "That's okay." She only took half of it. She said she's gonna save the rest for later.
Oh my
It
God.
was
She gonna
hilarious.
have
But no,
some
she
more
had a great
today.
day. She
Shout
had
out
a
to
great
Grandma
day.
Gwenny. We love you, Grandma Gwenny.
Yeah,
Thanks. Thank you
98
for
years
that.
old. And Miss Miko, before you came on the air, Cindy J and myself discussed Grandma Winnie and her birthday, and God bless. and I took the calculator out. She's 98 years old. Miss Migo, it came up to 35,770 days. Let's clap for that.
Whoa.
Yes, that's a lot of days.
It's a
Miss
blessing. That's a
Miss Migo,
blessing.
comparison to myself, who I'm 58 years old, is 21,300 something days. Uh,
Yeah, you're almost there,
this
Sean.
Miss Miko, Cindy J is 13,140 days.
I know where this is going. You ain't gonna get it.
And Miss Miko, I said to Cindy J that out of those 13,140 days, 140 of those days were great days, and the other 13,000 has been a living hell. Let's clap.
Oh my God, we ain't clapping for that. No clapping. No clapping.
Miss
It's
Miko,
been a
before we
struggle.
move on, can you give us an estimated day count of how long you've been on this earth?
I will not.
I know you won't. I know you won't. That's why I knew you were gonna say that. Cindy, let's take a guess
Oh my God.
of how many days that Miss Miko has been on this earth. You was 13,140 days. I say Miss Miko was probably you go first, Cindy.
My girl, no more than 20,000 days.
Damn.
No more than 20,000. No more.
Damn,
Listen to
Cindy.
me.
Cindy,
Oh,
Cindy, I'm at 21,000. She's
Oh,
right
you're at
behind me.
21,000? Then I
Yes.
give her 15,000. 15,700 days.
Okay. I'm gonna give Miss Miko 25,000 days. Clap for me. 25.
How you went 5 up? I went 5 down.
What up? Okay, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Thanks for tuning in. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team with the Queen Cindy J and the Queen Miss Miko. All right, Cindy J. Let's go with the first story. I hope you have a good one, Cindy J, because Miss Miko, one of our listeners who wished to remain anonymous, threw some smoke at Cindy J the other week.
Oh, please.
Says Cindy's got to step a story game up, Miss Miko. Okay.
oh,
We don't know who this
we are
person
a
is.
team.
So
Who said that, Cindy?
yeah,
I don't know.
It
somebody.
was
Somebody
probably
that was at the
Princess. You know, Princess always be trying it.
No,
Oh,
it was
Princess
probably
always
somebody from
wants
the
smoke.
comedy show. I'm gonna figure it out. Don't worry.
go ahead. Go ahead, Cindy. What you got?
Or that Jake.
Right.
I can see that Jake starting some mess.
Yo, stop. Yeah.
It probably was. That makes sense. He wants a story about him. That's why. Let me see if I can dig up some old news.
Yo, Miko, you are such a troublemaker. Go ahead, Cindy.
Is
What
it
you got?
true? Put a 1 in the chat room if it was you talking mess. Put a 2 if you didn't. Okay, so I guess we're gonna talk about the Emmys. I didn't even know they were on. All these award shows are like happening at the same time. But Anthony Anderson was the host of this year's Emmys that took place on Monday night. And he is coming back with some backlash. Did any of you guys watch the Emmys? Did you know it was on Fox
No,
TV?
black
We
people
don't
don't watch
watch
that,
that.
but we don't watch that, Cindy.
Well, it was really interesting because they did a tribute to Martin and they had the whole cast there except, our boy Tommy, may he rest in peace. But they built a whole set and had them actually present one of the awards. And it was so crazy because the Martin show has never won an Emmy. And I just thought it was really weird. Why are you guys going to build a whole set for them to do a little skit and announce an award? And then y'all could even give them like an honorary Emmy or like anything like that. If it were me, I would have been like, hell nah. Some people were talking about Martin Lawrence. They said he looked a little slow during the skit, like he was a little uninterested. There were rumors that he possibly had a stroke or something like that. But I don't know. I thought he looked fine. He was, though, a little lethargic. So maybe we'll find out about that. Right now, though, people are talking about Anthony Anderson. He was the host of it, but he is facing backlash because people say, let's not forget, he was accused of multiple um, sexual assault charges. Spanning from 2003 to as recent as 2018. Advocates for victims of sexual assault were quick to remind the internet and the Academy about the 3 separate sexual assault or misconduct allegations against him, which he has denied each one of them. The Sexual Violence Prevention Association called for Fox and the Television Academy to remove him as a host. However, that did not happen. Um, Anderson received much praise for his job hosting, but among that was the backlash. In 2004, the first woman had alleged that she was lured into a trailer on the set of Hustle and Flow, where Anderson and assistant director Wayne Witherspoon began removing her clothes and sexually assaulted her, according to a complaint. The report goes on to state that a witness heard the woman's screams and unlocked the trailer door, after which she ran from the trailer naked. Anderson was charged with aggravated rape, but a Memphis judge dismissed the charges against him and Wayne Witherspoon. That same year, when was this? Oh, that was in 2004. So in that same year, another woman filed a sexual assault lawsuit against him under a Jane Doe, and she was seeking over $900,000 in damages. She alleged that the assault occurred in his dressing room after a taping of All About the Andersons in Los Angeles in 2003. She said that he made suggestive comments, grabbed her genital area, pulling a Donald Trump, and sexually.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
It is funny.
He grabbed her genitals and sexually assaulted her, according to a complaint. And in 2018, excuse me, a Los Angeles police department opened an investigation into Anderson after a third woman claimed he assaulted her after catering one of his events. The woman went to the police months later with encouragement from the Me Too movement. The woman, however, didn't want to be interviewed by authorities, and which led to her case being thrown out. Anderson and his reps have denied each of these allegations. Anthony has maintained a lucrative television career, earning 11 Emmy nominations since 2015, and he recently assumed the role for host of Fox's game show To Tell the Truth alongside his mom. And he did say to TMZ after the Emmys that he would like to host the Oscars. So I guess he is in the Illuminati, because I don't remember any of these allegations. They seem very serious, and he's just been breezing by with no problem. We got our eye on you, Anthony Anderson.
Where
and
there's smoke, there's fire. You know that, Cindy.
There is more. There is like flames. There's not even smoke over here.
Yeah, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, Miss Miko?
I agree with Danielle Williams in the chat room. Danielle said, Anthony looks like a groper. He gives me creepy. He really does. And I feel where there's smoke, there's fire. A bunch of people don't start making up lies about you out of nowhere. And it's not true. I think that something happened. We don't know what. It may be a little bit embellished, but something happened somewhere with a few women. Absolutely.
And I want to know, who is this Memphis judge that just dropped all the charges? Like,
it's probably his friend. You know, them sorors and all that stuff with their fraternities and stuff. Yeah, it's probably his buddy.
Right.
Are y'all both done?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shawn.
Yeah, Shawn, give us the inside. Do you know Anthony Anderson?
Yeah, I don't know Anthony. I don't know. I walked past him one time, but I don't know who this guy is. I was in his presence. I walked past him. I tried to, I couldn't get none of that.
Did it see you quite there?
Right. That reminds me, one time I hosted a Little Kim event, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the Bronx at a theater back in the day. And I'm on the show. I'm the host of the show. I'm calling up the acts. Like, I'm there. I'm backstage. Little Kim walks in, and I'm like, wow, man, I'm going to call on Little Kim. When Little Kim got there, her security picked me up, moved me out the way. She had her own host. I never got a chance to say hello to, and they threw me out. I never saw the woman. I was in the audience watching her perform. There was no, hey, little Kim, my name is. It was none of that. There
You
was
went
like,
from
yo,
the
get
stage to the
out.
audience.
You
Yeah,
went from the stage to the
Yep, I went from the stage to Kim. And that's the same vibe I got with the Anthony Anderson situation. But wait a minute, the times that we live in today, I mean, even animals accused of sexual assault. There's a lot of that. It's like the Me Too movement from back in the day. You know, everybody's touching each other. Not everybody's sexually assaulting each other. Now, I'm not minimizing none of that. But for this judge to just throw this out, I don't see where it was valid. Now, women and men have the right to remain anonymous when they pursue these charges on the predator. No question about it. And I'm for that. I'm for the anonymity of it all. But my whole thing is this. Why is the same pattern? Why when men, especially men, black, at this point, it doesn't matter. It used to be white men, now it's black men. And some of these are criminal charges, I think, just like with the Puffy situation. But there is just a cavalier attitude with some of these women just to immediately go, yo, he assaulted me back in 1994 or 2015. It's so easy now for women to have these allegations out on these streets and ruin the reputation of these men. Now, look, you just said that the judge threw it out, right? But both of you guys in the court of public opinion and Danielle Williams in the chat room is saying that, you know, with the creepy look, and you guys are like, we got to keep an eye on you. But what if he really didn't do anything? But we still got to keep an eye on him because his reputation is going to be ruined by a woman that remains anonymous, that has nothing but speculation, no evidence. He grabbed, just like Donald Trump, he grabbed the vagina. You know how many vaginas I grabbed in my lifetime?
Now we need a surviving Shawn Harvey.
I grabbed 17,000 vaginas in my lifetime. And let me tell you something. It was all consensual. But there might be one time that the chick go, yo, no, back in 1984, Shawn Harvey grabbed my vagina and I won money.
I'm a believer.
And that's the problem here with this.
And we're gonna believe her, Shawn.
And that's a serious problem. Right, I'm right. One day I'm gonna come on the show after it hits the press that I grabbed somebody's vagina in 1984, and I'm gonna be sitting here like I did. I'm sorry. And no, some of us shouldn't be put in that position. There are a lot of women that grabbed other women's vaginas. Should they be up on charges?
Are they?
I've never seen that.
Cindy, SennyJ, when the last time you grabbed a vagina?
Never, Shawn. Never.
Miss Miko, when the last time you grabbed a vagina?
My own or someone else's? Whose vagina?
We need to be specific.
You see, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's all jokey jokes. But it's, come on, Anthony Anderson, the man. Say that again?
It's all jokey joke until you get your vagina grabbed.
Exactly. Exactly. It's all jokey jokes until you get your vagina. Thank you, Miss Miko. Let's clap for Miss Miko. It's all jokey jokes until you get your vagina grabbed. Excellent point. Continue on, Steve.
But you know why? Because it's like these people, especially men in power, it gets to their head. And then they do just these inappropriate things. They think everybody wants it. It's like a complex and like a God complex. So it's always never really too far from the truth. I'm trying to figure out why he hasn't been canceled. And everybody just keeps looking the other way on this.
Why should he be canceled? The judge threw all that out. Why? I was trying to figure out why should he be canceled?
Because
this is in your report. You said that the judge threw everything out. So why should he be canceled?
And you see,
Because
remember
what?
when, because where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's
Oh my
flames.
God.
And remember when his wife won all that money in alimony? Isn't she getting like 200,000 a month in alimony or something like that? And I had said, you guys remember, I wish I could go back and look this show up. I was like, that wife probably knows mad stuff. That's why he didn't even fight her on it. He was just like, okay, whatever. It seemed like he wanted to give her that. So I was right. She knows about all of these incidents and that they're true, probably.
So if you was a
Talk to the
lawyer,
wife. Talk to the
so
wife.
if you was a prosecutor prosecuting this case against Anthony Anderson, this is your argument in court, SennyJ? Miss Miko, can she borrow your yellow sweater so she can go into court with this bullshit? Because
Absolutely.
because okay, Miss Miko, if you was a judge and this was SennyJ's argument, what would be your
I mean,
decision with this?
if she brings the ex-wife up with a few receipts, I'm gonna rule in her favor.
Yes,
Oh my
thank you.
God. Okay,
Thank
what if
you,
the
Miss
ex-wife
Miko.
don't have no receipts? Miss Miko, what if the ex-wife has no receipts?
Well, how many accusers are we talking?
Let's
3.
get let's go. No, let's bump it up to 5. No, give it 6. 6 accusers.
So we have five people say he grabbed them by the vagina.
But there's no proof, Miss Miko. There's no proof. He grabbed 6 vaginas, but there's no proof.
Is the stories consistent?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna have to
Listen, Miss Miko, don't you think that a heterosexual man, if he's grabbing vaginas, wouldn't that be consistent?
I mean, like, if everyone's like, he cuffed it like this and not like like these vagina grabbers, they have ways of doing things. So absolutely.
Not these vagina grabbers.
So
Right. If it's consistent and I feel
yeah.
like there's a pattern here, then yeah, I'm gonna rule in her favor.
Okay. So are you saying that there is a way to grab the vagina if a vagina grabber grabs it inappropriately, that's a criminal charge?
Yes. The aggression is when you cup it and you do this. That's aggressive. If you do a little rub, you walk by a little rub. I don't think that's, like, woo.
It's when you cup it. It's when you...
Yo,
Yo,
welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? This is really baffling to me. But SennyJ, I would rule not guilty for this young man if you was the attorney, you was the prosecution, and this was your case. I'm gonna find this man not guilty. Your case is weak. It's all speculation. You have no proof, and all this is hearsay. On the other hand, Miss Miko's gonna find him guilty with no evidence at all, and he'll be going to jail, and his reputation will be ruined. Please, guys, like and share.
Eye on you, Anthony Anderson. We got our eye on you. So keep your hands to yourself.
We're going to follow this story.
We will. I will be on the ground following this story. Personally. I'm flying out to LA next week. I'm going to get the raw information for y'all.
To all our listeners, put a number 1 in the chat room if you're a vagina grabber, if you don't mind. Put a number. Thank you, Miss Miko, for that vagina grabber. I'm gonna text my wife now and tell her I'm gonna grab her vagina later tonight. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you are a vagina grabber. Thank you, Miss Miko. Give Cindy 3 number 1s in her lifetime. She had to grab at least 1 or 2 vaginas. Thank you.
I can't. Moving on, the woman known as, you guys remember the story of the woman who was and I didn't follow this story because I was just like, wow, that's horrible. I didn't really dive into it. But the woman that got hit with a brick, that was allegedly hit with a brick in the face by a guy
over the summer, right?
Yeah, it was sometime early last year. Well, she is being charged. Supposedly it was all a lie. The woman known as Brick Lady is charged in Houston after being accused of making the whole thing up and raising over $42,000 on GoFundMe.
Oh, wow.
Rhoda Osman, 33 years old, has been charged with felony theft by deception. According to charging documents, she raised at least $40,000 through a fraudulent GoFundMe page she started in September that claimed she was the victim of a similar attack more than 3 years ago. On September 3rd, Houston police officers responded to an aggravated assault incident. They met her and her female friend. During the investigation, officers reported that she was intoxicated, hostile, and irate. In the original police report made at the scene, she claimed that she was walking down an avenue where an unknown man threw a brick at her when she would not give him her phone number. She also told officers she had ordered an Uber and believed the brick throwing suspect was the Uber driver. She said she got into the car with him where he then tried to kidnap her. She then stated the suspect was involved in human trafficking and had a large group of women in the car with him. What is a large group of women in a car? Um, when they they said also the friend stated off the record that she did not believe she was hit with a brick. So her friend basically was the one who told police, I don't think she was hit by a brick. The friend told detectives the suspect who allegedly assaulted the woman got out of their vehicle, got into another vehicle, and drove off. She said that Rhoda went live on Instagram and that she tried to convince her friend to call the police. The friend said she did not know the two men she got into the car with and would not be able to positively identify the suspects. She, I guess, made her report, but on September 20th, Houston police detectives canvassed the area where the assault was reported and spotted surveillance cameras that was on the street that she was walking down. The company that owns the cameras provided detectives with footage. In the footage, the man that Rhoda claimed hit her was also identified. They were Rhoda and her friend were seen talking amongst each other and walking toward a lounge, and they all went into the club together. About 20 minutes later, the video shows them walking outside the club, then walk toward a car that was parked outside. She was reportedly seen leaning on the front passenger door while Rhoda walked towards him. The surveillance footage shows that she started dancing on him. So basically, this isn't showing that they had any problems. Eventually, they got into an argument, and the guy that she was with reportedly swung his right hand while holding what appeared to be a plastic water bottle and struck her in the face. She then sat in the front passenger seat of the vehicle while the man stepped away from her, and he reportedly got into the back seat of another car that had pulled up. She then goes viral on social media, and a GoFundMe account was created after she had went live. The account raised $42,000 as of October 25th. She said she was attacked by a black male as she was walking down the street. So right now they're looking for her because they want to talk to her about this new footage that they came into contact with. She didn't show up for her planned surrender. That she was supposed to show up at 3:45 on Thursday. However, she didn't show up. So right now they are looking for her. They're asking for your help.
Mm-mm.
If you are in Houston and you know this lady or have seen her, they want you to contact the Harris County Police Department. The court is asking to enter a $50,000 bail on the theft by deception charge. GoFundMe said they're not going to release the funds until this is all straightened out because they don't know what's going on. So, which is really unfortunate because I remember that story and everybody was talking about, men and how they're emotionally unstable and, women can't even not give out their phone number without the threat of being attacked. I remember she started that whole conversation and it was all a lie. Homegirl, what's going on?
First, special shout out to SennyJ, Andrew Garland, in the chat room at the moment. I just glanced in the chat room. He came out and hung out with us on Saturday night. I appreciate you, brother, and thanks for coming by and enjoying the evening. And it's good. It was really good to see you. Now, Miss Miko, I'm gonna give you what's your opinion on this because this is a ridiculous story.
Yeah, I would throw the book at her because I remember that story. And even when she did the story, people were saying she was lying then. They were like, she's like a YouTuber and she's doing it for clout. Don't believe her. She's lying because she was going off like, this is what we doing, black men. We throwing bricks at black women. Like she was going off on the black community.
But
And
she
people were
looked
like,
real messed up.
huh?
But
I remember that video. She looked like really messed up. I
Yeah.
don't know if she
Yeah, I
did that
remember
to her
that.
face. That looked like more than a water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
now, Miss Migo, this is a black woman or a white Babylonian?
It's a black woman.
Okay,
And she was
see,
going crazy cursing the guy out. She was cursing this guy
right.
out in the
So,
video too.
so you see how we segued from Anthony Anderson right into this story, but we don't have the same energy that we have with this story with Anthony Anderson, who charges were thrown out. This is a black woman that's on the run where the GoFundMe has froze the accounts. They looking for this bitch. She lied on social media, dogged out black men. The sisters were for it because we were all guilty because it seemed like all black men hit women with bricks and bottles. And this woman should serve 15 years in jail for this. And she can't be found. And I think that every black woman in America owes that was with this woman, even though it was all done with deception. You guys owe every black man an apology because you picked up that flag for this broad. Everybody picked that flag up.
I didn't pick it up.
Picked that flag up, and y'all was running with this chick. And it was
I will
all
never apologize
lies.
to black men.
We'll start with you first, SennyJ. Harvey needs an apology. Cindy, we start with you first.
I
Go
will
ahead.
never.
Miss Miko, where's your apology to the black man?
Nope.
See, and that proves my point.
I
That
love black
proves
men.
my point.
I love them.
No, you don't. You don't love black men. No, you don't. No, you don't. And it's
I love
fine.
my
But
brothers. I love
it, but
y'all.
it,
All of y'all.
but it proves my point. You see how
Even the ones in jail. I love y'all.
you see how? No, you don't. No, you don't.
Free young thug.
Oh, we go from vagina grabbers to free young thugs. What type of show is this?
Slime life.
Slime Life? uh, this is unfortunate. Not the same energy. This woman is on the run, and she accused a man for beating her with a brick, which never happened. And most women picked up that flag. And again, we live in such a polarized society that women wouldn't go, you know what? Nah, that chick was wrong, and I was wrong too for picking up that flag with no evidence at all.
Yeah.
And GoFundMe, give everybody back their money because that's a wrap. And then she starts a GoFundMe. That's a criminal act. Now we got some potential wire fraud going on.
Shawn loves a little wire fraud thrown in there.
It ain't nothing like a little wire fraud, man. Boy, I love it. It ain't nothing like a little wire fraud. But anyway, Miss, turn your punk ass in.
Yeah, turn yourself in if you're watching this.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
gonna
Right,
catch
I
it.
know you. And look at you. You're so stupid. You can't even go online on your page no more. You do all this for the likes, and you can't get no likes.
Yo.
That's
All
unfortunate.
right, listen, we're gonna turn to Miss Miko with some tips, man. We truly appreciate you. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you're enjoying the show today. Put a number 2 if you're not, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team with the Queen, Miss Miko, and the Queen, SennyJ. Let's go. Go ahead, Miss Miko, what you got?
Yeah, girl.
Today's tip is very timely with the weather that we have going on. We're going to talk about frostbite because you guys know we have extreme weather conditions coming through the area, not only in Lehigh Valley, PA, or the Poconos, but also New York City and North and West. It's very cold, and people out there, they're shoveling snow, they're working, they're walking back and forth to the train. What can you do to prevent frostbite? But let's take it back a little bit. Let's talk about what is frostbite. Now, frostbite is a condition in which the skin and the tissues just below the skin start to freeze. Frostbite mostly affects small exposed body parts such as your fingers and your toes. So if you're out there, you don't have the cocoa butter on, the Vaseline on, and a little bit of your leg is showing, chances are you might get a little bit of frostbite. But let's get into it. What can you do to prevent frostbite? Excuse me. The first thing you want to do is limit your time outdoors, especially in cold, wet, or windy weather. If you have to be out there shoveling your snow, try to do it 30 minutes, come in, take a break, go back out there. Second thing you want to do is dress in loose layers of warm clothing. So throw on your long johns or your leggings and your tights, throw on some sweatpants over there, and then throw on a third layer of clothes over what you got on. Throw on your white beater, t-shirt, sweatshirt, hoodie, jacket. You want to layer yourself when you go outside. The third thing you want to do is you want to wear a hat, because a lot of your body a lot of heat leaves your body either from your head or your feet. So you want to wear a warm hat as well as a couple of pairs of socks. If you don't have like thick socks, you can wear like 1 or 2 pairs of socks. What I do a lot of times is I have those warmer things that you break. You can put them in your shoes. And if I have to go outside to do anything, which I don't do anyway, my husband does all the shoveling. But if I had to go outside, I would put it in my boot and I would go out and I would watch him do his work just to keep him company. And last but not least, if you do suffer frostbite, people, you can go in and warm up. Don't jump in a hot bath because your skin can refreeze and you can actually damage the muscle under the skin. What you want to do is you want to use a lukewarm compress to warm up your hands, warm up your feet. And if it's bad, go to the hospital. Seek medical attention immediately, because frostbite can lead to you being amputated, your fingers, your toes. So you need your fingers and your toes. And that is Miss Miko's tips on how to prevent frostbite. Tell me what you do where you are.
I don't go outside.
Well, well, thank you so much for tuning in to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show Future Wake Up Team with the Queen, Miss Miko, and the Queen, SennyJ, only place on earth where you get your morning started right now. Thank you so much. Let's applaud her tips, please.
It's very timely.
Is it? Is it very timely?
It's very timely in today's weather climate.
Cindy, I know that folks are out here in these streets, catching a little dab of frostbite.
Do you know how long it takes for you to catch frostbite?
How long?
No, I was asking. Did it say, Miko?
That might be a question for Miss Miko. I have no idea.
I'm looking it up right now, Cindy. Give me a minute.
Oh, okay.
But Cindy, I would think that anybody that suffers from the frostbite would be in a very harsh environment. Yeah, like outside, of course. And most of us are blessed to be inside and have shelter. And we need to recognize that by the grace of God. But a lot of these frostbite victims are people who climb mountains.
Not necessarily. 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
That's not long, because I know sometimes I go outside, right? Like my hands will be so freezing, and then like I'll come in and like try to warm them up, and then they feel like itchy. They feel like real itchy, and they'll be red, and I'm like, is this frostbite?
No.
They said it can happen in 15 minutes, especially on your fingers, toes, and ears. And do not, when you put them up, Cindy, don't put them under hot water. It has to be regular warm.
That's what I did.
None of you guys have been nowhere near frostbite in your whole entire lives.
Clearly,
you had a little tingly sensation because your hands got cold, which is probably telling the brain, yeah, go back in the house, because y'all got places to go. I'm talking about people who are outside for real, who don't have no place to go. These are the people that are susceptible to these type of problems with the frostbite. Like I said, people climbing mountains, people that are in environments that they can't get into shelter. This is where you don't see little kids going out there playing outside, and then the next thing you know, they come back and all their fingers are black.
But they're also bundled up, Shawn. They're layered up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
people be layered the hell up.
Excuse me, you're absolutely right. But I'm saying even the homeless people got places to go. Even the homeless people are like kind of covered up with like blankets and all that. But like, say if you go to the Mount Everest or someplace like that, where there's no place to go, there's no shelter, and maybe your glove might fall off, then you're done. My whole thing is this. Honestly, how many people in this area that we live in, guys, we are in northeastern Pennsylvania, Bethlehem, Easton, and Cindy's up there in Nazareth. Tamiko and I are New Yorkers that migrated out here. How many people in the Lehigh Valley and in this area have suffered from frostbite? How
My
many
husband
times
did
do
the
you
other day. That's what I'm
how many
talking about.
times do you hear that on the news?
My
Yo,
husband has.
somebody from Bethlehem or Easton suffered frostbite this morning. You don't hear that. Because people got places to go inside. When you catch frostbite, if you get, like, say you stuck on a highway somewhere in the middle of Montana and your car break down and it's 5 degrees
different.
outside and you only got a sweater on, you're done. You're finished. You're gonna have black fingers and they're gonna chop them off.
It's not the same.
And my
That's
condolences to
extreme,
people.
Shawn. That's extreme frostbite.
Word.
And listen, man, my heart goes out to everybody that suffered black fingers. You see those pictures of people that have suffered from frostbite? They got the black toes
Mm.
and they got the black fingers and
like
they got
that.
the black nose on the tippy top of the nose. The nose is black.
I don't
Yeah.
like that.
It's crazy. I think that's a little bit more than frostbite. That's something
So
else.
the question is frostbite more regional? Is frostbite like we can prevent frostbite, but some of us are blessed to have shelter and we're around someplace warm, like Miss Miko said. But what about those harsh conditions? That's why I don't understand why people go skiing and they're in the mountains and they're in a remote area and they can't get the shelter fast enough. And they die because it's just their body can't sustain the heat because they're frozen to death.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you never see, how many times, Miss Miko, have you heard a story? And welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Where blacks and Latinos have suffered from frostbite. How many times have you heard that story? But how many times have you heard the
Latinos
Babylonian
that's on
out
the
there?
roof, fixing the
How
roof.
many?
Miss Miko.
What
They
you
be
said?
on the roof, exposed to the elements.
She said the Latinos on the roof. What Latinos are on the roof? Tamika.
My workers are Latinos, and when they be on the roof and cutting down trees and stuff, they be outside.
Latinos on the roof?
Yes, the roofers.
Just cancel the show.
You talk about my Mexican friends that are on the roof, roofers?
Manual labor, yes.
No doubt.
I can't with this show. You guys are ridiculous.
Yeah, this is weird. Put it on one chat room if you ever. Put it on one in the chat room if you ever suffered from black fingers, black toes, or black nose. And if you know anybody, Cindy, do you know anybody that ever suffered from that got frostbite and frostbitten and got their fingers cut off? Have you ever known anybody in that situation?
Not that extreme, but my fingers did get red and itchy. I just told you that. I had
Yeah,
to
but that's not frostbite, Cindy. What are you talking about?
I had to warm up for like 3 hours. I had pre-frostbite.
You warmed up for 3 hours. It took you 3 hours to thaw out.
Yes, it was like in my bones. Yes. I was freezing. My hands, they were like red. When you looked at them, they were red and couldn't move. So
Miss
How long were
Miko.
you like that? How long did you have this condition, Cindy?
I was like that. I didn't warm up until the next day. It was crazy.
That's
Yes.
possibly frostbite. Like
I had to soak my hands in water.
Did you have black fingers?
No, but they were red. They were red like a Babylonian, and I'm black.
Miss Miko, do you know Miss Miko? Well, congratulations on that. Miss Miko, do you know
If there
anybody?
was any confusion, I'm black, so there was no need for my fingers to be that red. I'm just saying. But I didn't go to the hospital. I figured it out myself. So,
yeah.
Yay to me. Thank you.
Miss Miko, do you know anybody? Have you ever suffered from frostbite? And do you know anybody that got their fingers chopped off with the black fingers?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. Where we live, it's an environmental thing. Like most of us are blessed that when we get cold, we can go into some shelter. And most people who catch the frostbite, unfortunately, are in a harsh environment. Oh, my man Chris Love is in the building. Chris, what's going on, bro?
What's
Being a
up, Chris?
Poconos next month. And that's what I'm
Okay.
talking about. Put a number one in the chat room if you know anybody that got the black fingers and got their fingers chopped off from frostbite. Go ahead, Cindy. What you got?
Well, because it's Feel Good Friday, this is a feel good story that came up. This is for actually Spelman College, and they received the largest donation in HBCU history. Shout out to them. The Women's College was given a donation of $100 million. Additionally, the gesture reportedly makes it the largest charitable gift ever given to an HBCU. The news outlets report that a married couple made the donation. The wife is a businesswoman and philanthropist named Rhonda Stryker, and her husband, William Johnston, who is a trust board chairman. Stryker has been a Spelman College trustee since 1997. Trustees work with school presidents and administrators on reviewing academic programs, raising funds, and approving major policies and other duties. Furthermore, the donation marks 100 years since Spelman's official naming in 1924. They said, "We are invigorated and inspired by this incredible act of generosity," said the president of the institution, Dr. Helene Gale. Additionally, she referred to the gift as a critical step in Spelman's mission. Um, this is a critical step in our school's mission to eliminate financial barriers to starting and finishing a Spelman education. We can't thank Rhonda Stryker enough for her selflessness and support as both a trustee and a friend. There's no doubt that Spelman College is better because of her. The $100 million donation has already been assigned to different causes. $75 million will go to endowed scholarships for future students. And the remaining 25 million will be used to develop an academic focus on public policy and democracy, improve student housing, and provide flexible funding to meet critical strategic needs, which is really great because I remember Spelman was in the news. I think it was last year, a couple years ago, because the air conditioners weren't working in the summertime in the dorms. So hopefully y'all can get that straightened out. But Spelman also has the highest enrollment rate of women in STEM research and all of that. So that's really great too. So shout out to them for getting that done. Let me look up Rhonda Stryker. I wonder if she's a Babylonian. So they just got that the other day.
Well, welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you on a Feel Good Friday. And that's a feel good story. And I would like to add one more to the list, Miss Miko, as far as allocation of this $100 million from this married couple, and God bless them. Let's hire some more security and put some security gates up for the active shooter. Now that you got $100 million in the bag, let's
I don't think
protect.
they had an active shooting situation.
I'm like, what are you talking about, Shawn?
See, that's the problem. You guys can't understand my foresight. I'm not saying that there was an active shooter, but these active shooters are in these streets. These active shooters can pop up. We want to continue it to be a feel-good story. They need to allocate 10 million for security, more cameras, pay the guards or whoever protects the property more money, put some those TSA screenings in all the buildings to save these babies, to mold the minds. Do you think that Cindy's reading this story? You don't think there's an active shooter out there going, word? Spelman? All right.
No, I don't think that, Shawn.
That's why, Miss Miko, but then when the active shoot, what was our beloved chat room of Vanetta George, her daughter? What school was her daughter in that had the active shooter? Right. You think that? And by the way, Spelman, you might want to send some of that money up to Morgan State. They need it. What I'm saying is this. Who thought that there would be an active shooter at this historic black college university? None of us.
Right.
We thought that was a D1 collegiate problem. It trickled down to the black community. Spelman is one of the leading universities in the black community. So SennyJ, like, yo, we're gonna get 75 million for some scholarships and get some kids in here for free, 25 million to rule the world. What about security?
I can't with you, Shawn.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yes.
I'm sure they will put that in their infrastructure.
You didn't say that.
Vanetta made a good point. She said a lot of these schools are historical and therefore they can't do certain things to the infrastructure. It's just simply not allowed. So maybe they can't put all the security in there because maybe.
Are you serious, Miss Miko? Miss Miko, did you just really say?
I don't know.
No.
She's like, I'm offering a different perspective.
I'm just saying, like if I would feel this is a feel good story, Miss Miko. I'm not mad at you. It is a feel good story. I'm just saying, 100 million. Can we have about 10 million in security? That's all I'm saying. These babies got to go down there to these schools. Active shooters, listen. Active shooters got their own Facebook page.
They sure do.
Shawn, shut up.
There's a coalition of these people. They got to be stopped. So with these schools, we just can't walk on campus. The days of walking on campus, whether it's a collegiate university or even a high school, an elementary school, these days are almost over. So I applaud this couple who gave the 100 million. Cindy, are they Babylonians or black people?
Yeah, Babylonians.
Okay, so the Babylonian gave the historic black university $100 million. Thank you.
Shout out to the Babylonians.
Shout out to the Babylonians.
Okay.
Look at that. And that's pure Babylonian. That's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Babylonian. That's Norwegian.
Babylonian. Okay.
That's Switzerland Babylonian. That's the Vikings Babylonian.
For sure.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you, Auntie Rhonda.
Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you.
Appreciate you, girl.
All right, before we close out, Cindy, we're gonna give you the last word before the last word. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you enjoyed the show today. Put a number 2 if you did.
You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Okay? So take that with you as you go off into your winter weekend. Don't ever doubt yourself.
Holla.
Once again, shout out to my man and everybody in the chat room. We got so much love of you. Special shout out to my man Chris Love, man. I truly appreciate you. See you in a few months. We're gonna come up to the Poconos and party with y'all. Guys, we're gonna go up to the Poconos at the end of March on the day pass and party with Chris Love. So y'all get ready. Cindy, Miss Miko, all of y'all, we're gonna go up to the Poconos at the end of March.
Is that Chris Love and Doc? What's his name, Shawn? Your friend from the Bronx? Are they collaborating in the Poconos party?
Nah, it's I think it's Chris, my man Doug B.
Doug B, yes. Okay, yes. Okay.
Yeah, Doug B. And matter of fact, Hot Sauce is gonna be our beloved Hot Sauce is one of the DJs. Yeah,
we coming out, Chris Love.
So Chris, we coming out for the daytime. It's actually my birthday month in March, so we're gonna bring a bunch of us up there. But we're gonna go on the pajama party night. That's Saturday night. So Cindy, get your pajamas ready. Everybody in the chat room.
Let's get together. Let's go support them.
Yeah, we're gonna go up to the Poconos at the end of March. Cindy, you're right around the corner from there. Bring all your little slutty friends.
Not your little slutty friends.
Why you gotta be me and my slutty friends? I can't.
Bring all your little slutty friends up. And guys, reach out to me, and then I'm gonna connect with Chris, Doug B, Hot Sauce, my man Kool-Aid is also DJing, and I think there's another Oh, and Chris is DJing as well. We're gonna go up to the Poconos. It's the end of March. We're gonna spend the day up there. We're gonna get some day passes, and there's a big pajama party. It's on a Saturday night. They got a pool party also Saturday, and then on Friday they got another.
Is the pool heated?
Chris, is the pool heated? And before we get to Miss Miko, before we get to Miss Miko and the last word, yeah, guys, we're gonna go celebrate end of March. It's on a Saturday. I didn't even book no comedy shows that day. We're gonna go on up to the Poconos and and we're gonna celebrate. And that's a Saturday night city. It's in the Shawnee, not the Shawnee Resort, but the hotel in the back. The old school, the whole school hotel in the back. So all my peoples from New York, especially for my peoples in PA, lock in that date. Chris, put the date in the chat room if you don't mind before we get the last word. I think it's the last Saturday of March. My New York peoples, we're going to have we got day passes available. If you want to spend the night, we could do that. We're going up there Saturday, all of us guys, and we're going to hang out with Chris, Hot Sauce, and DJ Kool-Aid, and Doug B, and everybody else. Prentice, get in the car. Come on out. Let's have a good time.
Yeah,
Mr.
come on,
Miko,
Princess.
Get in your car. I know Saturday's a big money day for you, player. I know. Make that money early and then come on out. LaShawn Oliver, come on out. We need everybody to come on out. And we're going to have a good time. That's at the end of March, the last Saturday of March. All right, go ahead, Miss Miko. You got the last word. Oh, there it goes. It's March
22nd to the 24th.
Right, but we're going to go on the 25th.
What? I'm like, what?
No, I mean, I'm sorry, the 23rd, the 22nd through the 24th, right?
Yeah.
22nd.
We're going on the 23rd. That's the Saturday.
Yeah, we're coming in a bus from Easton.
Yeah, we coming from a bus from. But the fun thing about this,
going in Easton.
yeah, but the fun part about this is, guys, we don't, you could drive up and we all meet up. But I mean, if we get to a bus level, then we're gonna do that. But guys, we're going up. If anybody need a ride, ask all of us. We're just all caravan up.
Don't ask me.
And
and I'm going with one of them. So
don't pull me.
You might as well look for the bus because
yo,
we'll be riding with Shawn.
Yeah. Okay, so Miss Miko is, you can't ride with Miss Miko. But LaShawn Oliver, let's get everybody together. We're going up to the Poconos on March 22nd. And by the way, on April the 14th, we're back with the bowling tournament down in Easton with LaShawn Oliver, myself, and everybody. That flyer be out next week. So we got a lot to do, guys. So please, you know how we get down when we throw these events. We have a good time. We had a good time last Saturday at the comedy show. I want to thank everybody. We sold it out. Everybody came out. So we appreciate you. So we're going to go support my beloved Chris Love and everything that they do, because it's going to be guaranteed, a dope party. Our beloved Hot Sauce is there. My man Doug B, Chris Love, and my man Kool-Aid. Go ahead, Ms. Miko, you got the last word.
Before I give my last word, I want to say shout out to Princess Cox's mom. Today's her birthday. I just seen it in the chat. So shout out to Mama Cox.
Happy birthday to your mom, Prentice. She's so beautiful. Happy birthday to her.
And the last word is life is short. Buy those shoes, marry that girl, have a sense of humor, and take a break anytime you need it.
Oh, I like that.
Damn.
The part.
Say that.
Do the things. Do all the things.
You know what's disappointing, before I ask you to say that again? SennyJ really worked hard on her last word, and you smashed her again. Let's clap.
Mine was an oldie but a goodie.
Oldie, but that's right, Cindy. Oldie, but a goodie.
Thank you.
April the 14th, bowling tournament, LaShawn Brown Oliver, myself. March 23rd, we're going to hang out with Chris Love. So, we're going to go up there. We're going to party. We're going to go Saturday night for the pajama party. Everybody get their pajamas ready, and we're going to have a good time. Go ahead, Miss Miko, one more time, if you don't mind.
I said, life is short. Buy those shoes, marry that girl, have a sense of humor, and take a break anytime you need it.
I will.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Okay. All right. Well, God bless. We see you guys on Monday. Remember, we're 100% committed to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. And you guys be safe this weekend. We're going to post online, of course, throughout the weekend. And we appreciate y'all. Let's wave at these folks. Come on, guys. God bless y'all.
Bye.
We're out. There you go.